Howdy, howdy, howdy. Nearly Senior Citizen here.
Greetings, boys and girls, and welcome to this another brand new day filled with all sorts of illness and sickness. Definitely a thumbs up. I sort of feel better because I've been having a bad cold, but it ain't over yet. I blew my nose this morning, and after like 3 days of being ill and blowing my nose oh boy, my audacity just locked up for like 5 seconds. But even though I've been blowing my nose for 3 days, it's all been clear. It wasn't today. And I blew out a wad of yellow colored stuff out of my nose from way up inside of here. Your mucus should be clear. When it has color, that's indication of bacterial or viral infection. So I feel better, but I ain't better. So here's hoping. I mean, like I said, I feel better. My headache is nowhere near as bad as it was. In fact, right now, it's just a slight little bit. My sinuses actually don't hurt as much. And even though I'm coughing, because my drainage is still going down this way, it's not a lung cough. It is a sinus drainage down in this direction sort of cough still. So thumbs up on that. And real quick, we'll do this first for the Shelton, Washington weather plague rat and spider report. I just went to Walmart, to Safeway real fast like that last night. Straight shot there, straight shot back. Didn't really wander around town. I felt pretty bad, but I wanted to get food and stuff to drink for today, so I went. And it wasn't bad. Went there, came back. It wasn't raining last night. It's not raining now. I mean, it had been raining on and off all day. So I just happened to be lucky because everything was soaked when I went. And it didn't rain at all. So thumbs up for that. And stated, though, it's not raining now. And that's okay. That's a good thing. Plague rat report, of course, I walked through the stores. And yesterday, when I walked through the baked goods part of the local Safeway, the person who was back in the bakery and came out to stock the shelves just was wearing a mask. Not properly, because it was hooked just like across here, and then was just dangling. And then by the time they got out there and started putting stuff on the shelves, they just tore it off. So they were just standing out there with no mask as people were going around, and yay. Spider report, no real gangly leg spiders. I mean, there's a couple of them, but I don't get any real attachment to those. They wander off and do things. But the garden spider up in the window frame is apparently still there. It's because of the darkness, it's hard to see. Nope, there, I can see her. She's still okay. And the other garden spider in the corner, she's moving around in her web right now and fixing it up. So she must have had some good eating and that tore up her web last night, because she's fixing it up right now. Which, a lot of spiders, they tear down their web every single day and then put up a new one. And then some don't, they just repair. But yay, that's how we're doing on the weather, plague, rat, and spider report. Thumbs up for that. Oh boy. I went to bed last night at just a little bit after 9 o'clock, 1:30. I woke up. So from 1:30 until 5:30, when I finally just got out of bed, I was flipping and flopping, tossing and turning, trying to sleep, and sleeping on and off, but I was too warm and too cold at the same time, so I just wasn't comfortable, and of course things hurting. So finally I got out of bed. So I'm pretty tired today, but as stated before, I have been taking dietary supplements like crazy. I only have like 4 of these left, so I need to get more. I take at least 1 of these a day, sometimes 2. I am anemic, so I take iron tablets. And I have been taking, these have about 2% of the US RDA of potassium. I take about 4 of these at a shot, about twice a day. And then I've got a multivitamin that I take. Last night, just before getting up, about 5:30-ish, I stretch. Now, I try real hard to stretch just my upper body and not my lower body because my legs like to cramp. That's why I dress myself while laying on top of my bed, so my legs don't dangle, because that's just off the edge of the bed. That's just asking for cramping. Well, as I was stretching, that muscle in my right inner thigh that has been just murder for cramping, as I stretched, it tightened up hard and pulled. But it was just stretching, and then it let go and felt fine. There was just a little bit underneath of when it was done going, I could have cramped. I just didn't want to. So the dietary supplementing seems to work. I eat food that has a lot of potassium in it, so it's helping. I don't know why I've got such a potassium problem apparently, but I'm eating as much as I can. I can even eat like a bundle of bananas and I still have the cramping issue unless I take just extra. So I don't know what it is. It may be dietary, it may not. Hard to say. Thumbs up for that. Oh, excuse me. Now, this is something that I've wanted to talk about for a while, just because I've thought about it while out walking, and it is amazing. Yeah, I'm going to be coughing some more. Since I'm draining down into my lungs, yay. One of the reasons that we know antidepressants work is because they don't just work on people. There are many creatures out there that have very similar systems to ours, like pigs. Pigs are actually extremely similar to human beings physiologically. And so things that you do with pigs is going to affect humans in the same way because we're so close. Just in that fashion. One of the reasons we know that antidepressants work is because part of a lobster's nervous system is very similar to ours. And so when we give antidepressants to lobsters, they get less depressed. Now think about that one for a moment. Antidepressants work by increasing, usually, depends on the antidepressant, they all have a different form of measure. Most of the ones that I have taken have been the selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors. It just makes it so the serotonin gets absorbed slower, so it's in your system more, so you got more serotonin hanging around. If you don't have a problem with serotonin, an SSRI is going to do nothing for you. If you don't have enough serotonin, it will. When we give antidepressants to lobsters, they get less depressed. Lobsters are depressed. That's horrible, the poor things. Antidepressants wouldn't work on them if they weren't depressed. We test antidepressants on them and they work, so the lobsters become less depressed. That's all these poor things. But then, I mean, if I was a lobster, I'd probably be depressed. Ha ha ha, that's a joke. Point being, it's, Now, we know how to study emotions in so many things. One of the reasons that we study fruit flies a lot is because we know how to monitor and where in their brain to check for their emotions. So we can tell when a fruit fly is happy, and we can tell when a fruit fly is sad or depressed. It's so weird to think of other creatures out there like that being depressed and sad and happy and all that. I mean, I know dogs, cats, cows, all these things. I mean, just about every single thing that's alive on the surface of this planet has that tiny little core. It's not in English, it's not in language, but that tiny little spot that says, I. And they're all alive and they all want to live and they get depressed and happy and it's a thing. I don't know what to say past that, knowing that, I mean, other than saying, human being, we're not separate from everything else. We're just part of the tangled web on the planet that we're currently just grabbing huge wads of the web, setting it on fire, stabbing the main ball of life with spears, all in an attempt to wipe out the planet as quickly as we can. And we're doing a good job of it, so thumbs up on that. But yeah, we are all part of this intertangled web. Haha. Now, one of the other things that I wanted to say, just real quick, I watch, as I stated, just a lot of weird stuff. Sometimes, because my views on these things alter, but I read something, well, I didn't read something, I heard something that this one person said that sort of changed my mind. One of the things that I have an issue with type of like, we debunk this or we debunk that, because I watch like, people making videos that debunk flat earth garbage. And people that debunk religious claims. It's like, oh, if you do this, it's the obvious religious claims that are ridiculous. Because if anyone has a religious belief or such like that, that's fine. I will never mock anyone for their religious belief, because religion is part of culture. And when you live in the culture, especially if you're a targeted part of that culture, if you engage in that culture, I'm not going to shame you for it. There's no reason to shame people for beliefs as long as you don't hurt anyone. But point being, I watched just a whole bunch of debunky things where people go through, like they'll find a video and just go through it point by point by point, saying, oh, this is wrong, 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 and why. For a while, I didn't watch those because it started to feel really echo chambery. Excuse me, holy smokes, that was organic. Ugh. I forgot the exact term I just used just then, but they're very echo chambery. They're not trying to convert anybody else. You're preaching to the choir. And that to me is just boring, and I don't like to watch that sort of stuff. It's like, yeah, I already know, so I'll just go on to another video. But as stated, as one of these people had said, because somebody asked them, why do you make these debunking videos? And he said he came out of the darkness where he had been, because he had been firmly in the camps of one of these types of thinking. Now, I'm not going to say whether it's religious or whether it's foolish scientific stuff like, oh, there's no such thing as space, it's all just a glow, there's a dome over the flat earth. Stuff like that, where it doesn't make sense. We have the physical world that we live in, and then there's your belief system. And the belief system, just no matter how hard you beat it with a hammer, it's not going to look like reality. He came from one of those backgrounds, and it was debunking videos that brought him out so he could think clearly. And so, yeah, this person makes debunking videos because that's what brought them out. And really, they are a good idea, because I watch videos of people that have climbed out of bad places. There's this one younger fellow, Xander Hall, who used to go by Pig Puncher. He's a left-wing bread tube type person, does, left-wing stuff videos. And now I can't remember the point on that I was trying to make. Oh yeah, well, it was something about him and what he was saying, and just debunking and people that don't, and believing and not believing. And it's good to get out of your echo chamber. Oh yeah, I remember now. He had fallen down into the alt-right rabbit hole of radicalization through YouTube videos and the algorithm, where it dragged him from just being interested in this stuff to, you're getting all the alt-right Nazi videos. And he was pretty heavy radicalized because of that. But it was through other videos watching that was debunking all this stuff that brought him back to sanity. And now he makes videos debunking all this alt-right garbage. So, they serve a purpose. They're a good idea. If you find any, whether it's, anti-pseudoscience, because, oh boy, I watch a lot of these debunking ones about just pseudoscience and stuff that's just absolute woo And all these deluded people with their, they call us like the globe-tards and all this because we believe the earth is a globe. When all of math, all of predictions, everything follows this, and they can't even make a single prediction on a flat earth thing without proving that the world is a globe. And I've opened up 24 hours worth of comments in my community tab. I'm going to go through and thank 20 to 25 people who haven't left me a comment. I feel better, but I don't feel good, so I'm not going to, I'm kind of running out of steam here. If I mispronounce the username, no disrespect is intended, and even though I count American Sign Language, I get confused and lost, so you see how quickly that went by. We have Michaela Robertson 2, thumbs up, and don't eat the fish, me, thumbs up and thank you. Denial, greatly appreciated. We have Mikey Leakey, Mikey Likey is what I'm going to go with. Thumbs up and thank you. Lazy Mode, greatly appreciated. MB Forest, thumbs up. Russian Timing, always good to see you. We have The Good Gamer Pro, thumbs up and thank you. Honor, greatly appreciated. We have G-Sus, thumbs up and thank you. Sebastian Ferris, greatly appreciated. Christopher Thomas, good to see you. We have Spicy Maymass Vibes, thumbs up. And Snuffkin's Gay Ass, good to see you in the comments. We have Aid Oliveira, thumbs up. I love Disney World. Hey, I've been to Disneyland in California. I like it too. Then we have Merritt K, thumbs up. Adrian Bryan, good to see you. Isaac N, thumbs up. Gabe Carter, greatly appreciated. Richard Chess, thumbs up. I imagine it's supposed to be cheese, but it's C-H-E-S-E. Kevin McCaffrey, thumbs up and thank you. Lavender, greatly appreciated. Susan, thumbs up. And then SHVBTX, thumbs up and thank you all. Each and every one of you get me out of my head, into the world, dealing with real people, and that is a good thing. Thank you so very, very much. If you could check out my various links down below, I have Twitter, Facebook, Patreon.com. If you could become a Patreon.com patron like one of these beautiful and awesome people, that would be beautiful and awesome. And if you'd like to help me out without sending money through the patronage, I have a PayPal link. And if you'd like to help me out without sending money, I have an Amazon wishlist link as well with things like hamster food, not hamster food, a cat food, and hamster bedding and silly things, not silly things. So if you could check that out, that would be cool. Now, do not feel obligated. I do not feel entitled. And if you cannot donate or you simply do not donate, I take all good wishes and I deposit them in the bank of my heart where I draw interest. So thank you very much. If you could toss me a like, I appreciate all the positive validation I get from my existence. A definite thumbs up. And of course, if you could hit the notification button on the subscription, notification bell on the subscription button, that would be very, very cool. A definite thumbs up. Hokey smokes. I've got this video here. I have a video I need to record, edit, and render if I can get it together. As stated, I feel pretty good, but I feel nowhere like normal, and I'm slowly degrading from where I felt to where I am now just in the 2 hours I've been up. So we'll see how this goes. Oh yeah, I was just gonna call it shut. That shows how much my brain is not working. The whole speech about the lobster hat wearing duckhead of judgment. I can't do it right now. Like I said, I felt like this when I started. I'm down here now. Please do not disappoint the lobster hat wearing duckhead of judgment, and on another day I'll go into that. And of course, Black Lives Matter, damn it. And justice for everybody. The jackbooted, brown-shirted fascist thugs keep brutalizing and murdering on American streets and in their homes. So please, wear a mask, wash your hands, try not to touch your face, practice your social distancing. Don't go out unless you have to. We are going to see a wave of death across the U.S. in 2 weeks because of the super spreader event of Thanksgiving. So please be careful. So, you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, my friend, and that is a very good thing. Stay as creative as you can. Practice your self-care. And I will see you.